Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther, the third. Hey, Vinny. And before I introduce Geek, I want to welcome you to Savage Sundays. Savage Pro Wrestling is an indie promotion from the United Kingdom that is new and upcoming, and you definitely should check them out and check out their YouTube channel. But now, for the top of Metal Mountain.
Wait. Before we get started, I just want to say also we will be featured Savage Pro Wrestler every Sunday as well.
And now from the top of Metal Mountain, in the middle of the mosh pit, it's a happy himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going? Welcome to Savage Sundays. Happy Savage Sundays. Hey,
and
Simon,
by the way,
what's going on, dude?
Thank you, Spiffy, for the awesome T-shirt.
Oops, Simon's Savage Sundays. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to introduce the guest?
You ready to open Savage Sundays with a very awesome biggity bang? Hey, Spiffy. Yes, Sassy.
All right. So you want to introduce the guest, Joe?
Yes. Let's open Savage Sundays with a bang. Let's give a war. Dudes at Ringside, welcome to the Dark Prince, Jensen Ryan.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello?
Or for us, it'd be good afternoon, right?
Of course.
Good evening.
Yeah.
This time zone thing sometimes gives us like that meme. What's his face? The guy from the Hangover with the math. Yeah.
Geek Savage Sundays. I call gimmick infringement.
Oh no!
Are we about to get in trouble here?
Geek, you got money. You can pay for it. You got the suitcase. Sorry, Savage. Jensen, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. If our fans are not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Jensen Ryan, the Dark Prince, and I'm a wrestler from down here in South UK. I wrestled for several promotions, of course, Savage being one of them. When I get in there, of course, Savago. Hope you listen to that. GBWA, Quality, and many more.
Mm-hmm. So, how did you get your start in the wrestling business, Jensen?
Oh, I was a big fan as a kid. So I remember watching all the American stuff, some of the British stuff as well, and I just got hooked. In fact, actually, my parents were watching it one day, and I thought, this is quite interesting. And I just ended up being hooked, and then thought, why not give it a go myself? Big step, but there was a local academy, and I thought, well, give it a go. Why not? See what it's like, and the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh. It's so awkward right now. Everybody's so quiet. No, this is Savage.
No, Savage is cool with us, man. Oh, what's going on, dude?
Hey, Savage! Don't yell at us. Yell at Geek. He likes being yelled at.
The other wrestling with Savage, right? He's cool. Looks so cool.
Yeah. So, is there any other place in? I messed up my thing.
I ruined your flow.
So who trained you?
So I train at a place called Quality Wrestling here. I'm in Portsmouth, just outside Portsmouth. And been there for nearly 4 years now. I don't know where that 4 years has gone, mind you. It's gone very quick. But 4 years, minus a little bit of COVID in between, as we all know. But yeah, good academy, and yeah, just still there, still learning loads as I go along. Every day's a learning day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So who someone you would love to work with that you have not worked with yet?
Well, do you know what? That's such a big question. There's loads, to be honest, and I'm going to pick on the Savage roster because they've got a fantastic roster. You've all seen them. Actually, I was at a show last night and I saw Azzy Adams, who's one of the roster of Savage, and he was fantastic. And I thought, do you know what? Come my way, Savage. This could be a thing. So I'm going to pick him. But there were loads, to be honest. There were just so many. Maybe I should point out the fact that he might not be a wrestler, but Savago should definitely be on the list as well. And for those who don't know why, we've got a bit of revenge coming his way very soon.
Oh, if you want to talk about Savago a little
Yeah.
bit, we could speak about Savago a little bit if you want, man.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? I think everybody's probably seen a little bit of a teaser from last week's show. So season 1 happened of Savage, and Savago was meant to give me a call, but he didn't. Didn't give me a call, and just decided not to have him on the roster. But the reason why in series 1 was because I turned my back on my ex tag team partner, which did happen. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what? We were together for a little while as a tag team, doing really well. But I felt like I was getting all the wins, and sometimes you just think to yourself, actually, do your own thing. And I turned to Dark Prince, turned my back on him. He didn't expect a single thing. We've been friends for quite a long time. And Savago said I couldn't be trusted because of that. Maybe he's right. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes people gotta learn their lesson and then just get the hand dropped on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was a surprise because we were in the ring, happily chatting, and he did a bit of a promo, and actually wasn't happy about the BBC thing that we were talking about earlier, and I thought this could be a good place to do it. Just turn back, and that's exactly what I did. So I just tagged him from behind, took him out, and it was a bit of a shock to everybody, but he had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wrestling with Savage wants to know: have you ever wrestled in the States?
Oh, Joe, I've never even been to the United States. How bad is that?
Oh wow!
Never. Wow.
I think that's a
I know.
sign. I think you need to come, Jensen. Come to America and wrestle.
It should happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to. And so if anybody is a wrestling pro in America, here's my details. Get in touch. Why not? It could happen.
Yeah, there are plenty of great promotions in America.
Oh, there's so many East Coast, West Coast, down in the middle. Oh my God! Like right now, since we've been interviewing these wrestlers for the past 3 years, we have seen so many awesome indie promotions come through our DMs on Instagram and Facebook and on, I don't know about Twitter, but Geek gets the Twitter side. But so many. There's so many indie promotions that are like white hot right now. East Coast, West Coast, Central. Oh my God. Even in the UK. Like
the UK is blowing up right now, man, with the all indie promotions.
Like there's one that I would suggest to you if you haven't heard about yet is CPW.
Is Southampton? I think not far from here. Yeah. I do know that, yeah.
The Coventry.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, right. Coventry, right. Yeah. Well, why not? Do you know what? I'm all up for ideas. So anywhere, I'll quite up, giving it a go, getting out there. Taylor's put on there. Look at that. What a guy. Oh, thanks. No check needed there. But I like to get out there more. So certainly any promotions are out there and they're looking for a Dark Prince. Here's one right here. So feel free to get in touch.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a shot right now. There you go. Promotions, if you're interested in the Dark Prince Jensen Ryan, this man's been on BBC. Come on, you can't get much cooler than that right there, man. All right?
Yeah.
I think I'm known for the most, to be honest.
And it's funny when Geek first said that when we were before live, you were like, uh-oh. Like,
I don't know what it is. It was actually off the back of the Outsports 200 top 200 LGBTQ plus wrestlers, and I was in that, and the BBC got in contact and said, "Oh, why don't you come on and do a bit of a feature?" And I was a little bit nervous at first because you do get a bit nervous, don't you, with these kind of things. And so I did it, and they did an amazing job of it. But one thing led to another, so then the BBC did it, and then ITV got in touch and said, "Can we do it?" I was like, yeah, why not? A couple of newspapers got in touch as well and did it. And it's been a great journey, a really good experience. But I think probably I know I was at another wrestling show last night I've never been to before, and some of the wrestlers came up to me afterwards and went, "Oh, we've seen you before, we know you. You're Jensen," and that was really nice. But yeah, it was off the back the BBC thing. It was a great experience, and should absolutely be grateful for it.
Yeah, how did they get in touch with you exactly?
Oh, for Twitter, ironically, yeah, it was for Twitter. So yeah, somebody retweeted the top 200, and they got in contact. One of their correspondents there and said, "Hey, can we come down and do some filming?" And yeah, why not? They were going to come to a show originally, but COVID put a bit of a halt to that show. So they came down to the academy where I train at and did a lot of filming there. And they put it on 2 nights later. In fact, it was only a couple of days after they did the filming. They put it on. And then ITV did the same. I remember ITV. It was good, but it was a really boiling hot summer, quite rare in the UK. And they wanted me to do the same sequence in a match 8 times. I remember I got the 7th time thinking, I don't know how I'm going to make it through to the 8th time. It's so hot in here. But, like a trooper, like you're doing this, I just carried on. But, it was all through Twitter, social media. So it just proves, doesn't it, social media is such a big thing.
It goes to show you that social media is such a powerful tool, and it could help. Everyone says it's such a toxic tool, but at the same time, Joe, but depends who uses it. Some people actually,
wow,
like this show, for example. We're trying to plug this show on social media to make it popular and keep plugging away. So that's probably the best tool we have right now is social media to get the show up and running. And we would have never found out about Savage if it hadn't been for social media.
Yeah.
So
I
there you go.
I think they messaged us because I don't remember messaging Savage. I think I looked at their page. They were brand new, but it's something because, as I said before, the only way we learned about the UK and the UK wrestling scene is by, as she would say, but another one of Savage's female wrestlers would be get a little mad. Lunatrix, Kiara's the queen of Savage.
I met Lunatrix for the first time in person last night. So at another show, but so social media is a big thing, and you're right. Yeah, you're always going to get, wrestling fans are very passionate, aren't they? And you go on and you will see people be quite truthful if they don't like something or whatever. But I think more often than not, it is a really powerful tool for getting out. And I certainly wouldn't have heard of Savage without Twitter. And in fact, actually, first time I met Ryan Hendricks he was actually in the audience of a show that I was wrestling at about head on for a year ago. And I had no idea he was anything to do with Savage at the time. And he came up after the match and introduced himself, and one thing led to another. So, it's such a great community, but actually, social media is a big part of it.
And Savage they're doing some great stuff right about now. They only had 3 episodes, but those 3 episodes, they're just starting to build those stories. Like, I don't know if anyone in the chat has been watching, but the last 3 shows, you got the aliens are now coming to Savage. I don't know if you know about that already.
Yeah,
and they're coming for Ryan Hendricks. That alien was watching him.
And same with I'm going for Savago, right?
You're going for Savago.
I've got a bit of beef with this. Yeah, well, I gave a bit of a phone call in the last episode because you said there's 3 episodes. I wasn't there because of Savago, but I hope Savago's watching right now because actually we could get him in a match. I think even if you're not a wrestler, it's fine. We'll still get him in a match. I'll go against him quite happily, and I'll show him how much he can or cannot. Trust me.
Yeah. The thing with Savago is he's got that heavy hand of Jack Napalm right there. So are you ready to wrestle against someone like Jack Napalm or?
Hey, look, if it takes that, that's what I'm willing to do. Anything to get through to Savago because you know what? Opportunity. He didn't take it. He just left me hanging. Saw these episodes coming up. I wasn't part of it. Savago, I phoned him. He looked a bit scared at the end. And rightfully so, he should be because he doesn't know what I've got planned. And I would tell you, but that would ruin the surprise, wouldn't it?
Also, Savago's not really after just you. He's also after Ryan Hendricks. He kicked him out of the building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He kicked for talking to the fans,
sometimes power goes your head a little bit, and I think that's definitely a thing with Savago, isn't it? Just power's gone there. I've got the power. I make the decisions. Hey, look, Ryan Hendricks is a great guy as well. Brilliant guy. Why I chucked him out? Who knows what that was about other than talking to fans, but fans are what make us who we are. That's what wrestling's all about. So, Savago, I will track him down. Well, I'll find him. And yeah, you might regret it.
Mhm.
Savargo, dude. You better watch your back. You better
Started.
open all your closets in your house.
I mean, he's not
Maybe
that bad. He's not that bad of a guy.
Are you
you
sure?
better watch out,
As-
man. Dark Prince is coming.
Yeah. Well, he's obviously been nice to you, but yeah, for me,
That's
not been the
his
same.
number one fan. Don't you know Geek has the Savargo poster over his bed, like the Hulk Hogan one from the 90s? That's Geek.
This is true.
Yeah.
It's Savargo
He's-
has his own Savargo has his own Kool-Aid, man.
Geek
you know
drinks the
that.
Kool-Aid. I don't know, man. I don't know, Jensen.
Well, he'll need
I
to
don't
one
drink that
Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid.
when I get to him. That's
Drinks
for
a
sure.
lot. Savargo, I told you there's different flavors. There's grape, there's strawberry, there's there's
Don't you
Savargo
know
berry.
Geek has Savargo's picture on his background of his phone? He has the T-shirt. He has the pajamas. He's like he has
Does
everything.
he
gets the-
pajamas
he-
as well? What's going on?
He has the paycheck.
He has the paycheck. Hey, he must be paying you as well.
Wait, what? What paycheck? Did I say paycheck? Oh, what?
Yeah,
What?
well, he's obviously paying you to have all those great version guys you've got there. Yeah, well, I've got him scouted. I know this survivor. I know what he's up to. And, you know, some of the wrestling matches, some of the decisions I think are quite questionable, but that's fine. He's made the decisions. He's got to live by them, right?
Yep.
Coming his way.
So enough of
Geek-
Savargo.
like,
How did you get the name the Dark Prince?
So, how? Good question. So, outside of wrestling, I do ghost tours. There you go. So, theatrical ghost tours in the local area. And I'm all about that. And that's kind of one thing led to another. Dark Prince happened. Yeah, I was part of it. But also, the bigger part of it was that I did become known for doing what I did to my ex-tag team partner, Raphael. And I think, we were friends for 17 years, quite a long time. And I think after that happened, the kind of name cropped up and people just went by, and I thought, hey, this Dark Prince is a great idea. Let's go for it. Let's do that. Let's make it part of the gimmick. But yeah, a lot of people booed what I did. A lot of people weren't happy with what I did, like Smargo. But it happened. It was the right decision at the time.
Ghost
So,
tours. I mean, that's amazing though. If you want to elaborate
I
on
love
that,
ghost tours. Oh,
Yeah. You guys have ghost tours too, right? So
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I saw that.
Where I live in Pennsylvania, I live
Mm.
in a one-light town called Milford, and every October they do like a very big ghost tour of the whole town, and they'll tell you like stories about
Yeah.
certain buildings, and they'll have an old school guy with a lantern come around with the hat on and everything. He'll come around and it costs like $20, and you walk around the town, like tell you the stories of every house, because it's like an old. As I said, the town's like one light, so there's like stories about every house in the
Wow.
town, and I'm like, man, if Ghostbusters is real, I'd be rich.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that house is haunted.
I
Gotta go.
don't know if you're familiar with the Amityville Horror House. Are you?
I am indeed. Yeah, I am.
Geek lives actually near there, so
Do you?
yes.
Wow. Have you ever been in there
That-
though?
Never been. I don't think you're allowed to go in there. I think it's because it's somebody
Oh,
actually.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's somebody owns it, but people drive by the house literally all the time, and I think they might have redone the house not so people can't recognize it.
Oh, really?
But
Oh,
yes,
well.
yeah, because they don't want the
Window.
attraction. Yeah, exactly. I think they changed some stuff around, but but
Mm.
I probably live 20, 30 minutes away from the Amityville Horror House, so
Just
No,
like
they-
the Home Alone house, where they changed the way it looks and stuff like that. Yeah.
You know what? But ghost tours, it's so I do theatrical ones in quite a few cities here in the South Coast, and just because I was interested in it, to be honest, I like doing it, and I started doing like overnight ghost hunts in haunted places many years ago. Like you do, it's a very strange hobby to have, but it's good. And then people started to say, "Hey, look, you learned these stories about ghosts and what happened in the local area," and then we really built that up to be a theatrical ghost tour in the areas around here. So it's a little bit like what you were saying there about the tour with the lantern, but we have different actors on it who play the parts of different people, and there's a bit of a scare in there as well. So hiding in the dark for ghost stores kind of worked out quite well to be in the Dark Prince. And it's kind of kind of come from that.
That's amazing. I mean, have you ever seen anything? Have you ever seen any ghosts or?
Oh, I'm always a bit. I like to believe there's something out there because a lot of us say it, don't we? A lot of us believe there's a lot of weird things that we can't explain. But I think I'm always always look for logical reasons first. If I can't explain that, then I might say it's paranormal. But yeah, I'm open-minded, I think is the way I'd put it.
Okay. Like, would you be opposed if a promoter came up to you and asked you to do an intergender match? Would you be opposed to those matches?
Not at all. I think it's a fantastic thing to do. Absolutely. I think, I'm all for anybody, no matter who you are, doing wrestling. That's what it's about. I always make a big thing of saying that there's different people get involved in wrestling for different reasons, don't they? And I think absolutely if a promoter ever was to say that, I'd definitely be up for it.
Yeah. Also, who and we already discussed who somebody you would love to face on the Indies. Who's like a dream opponent, like a Forbidden Door style opponent you would love to face?
A famous one or anybody?
Yeah, fame.
Either Indies or regular.
No, we said Indies, Joe. We said Indies already.
Oh yeah, like Forbidden Door style, like either or.
Yeah.
I don't mind Forbidden Door. I think probably because there's a couple of people I'd probably say, but one guy I think is definitely top of the game at the moment. I think would be a great match. I'm going to choose Seth Rollins.
Rollins,
yeah, I like the style. The character, I've gone through quite a few changes, isn't it? It's the fact people sing his theme tune now, unintentionally, he's really won the crowd over. And, his moveset and the style he has very much matches what I like to do in the ring. So, yeah, I think he's kind of definitely top for me. I would have said otherwise. This would be a bit more controversial. Maybe someone like Austin Theory, because again, quite similar in styles. But whenever I mention Austin Theory, people are like, "Oh, I'm not sure about him." But you know what? He's got a great gimmick. He's obviously got what it takes to be potentially a next big star. I think. Give it a few years or whatever. But there's so many I would love to wrestle. I can list loads to be fair, but they're probably the top two.
You in a Balor match would be really good. Prince versus Prince.
Yeah.
Right there.
Man,
Prince versus Prince right there.
Yeah, I can't even mention him to be honest. Because actually when I was looking at how I built the Dark Prince character, there was inspiration from Finn Balor for sure. Some of the moves that I've added into matches have certainly come from him. So yeah, absolutely. Hey Finn, if you're watching right now and he is right, get in touch. Yeah. We can make it happen.
I've seen some of your clip. I've seen some of your clips that you do on Instagram. I mean, you do the sling blade just like Finn Balor. So
learn from the best. To be honest, I learned that move, and I think the first time I did it, it kind of just happened. But I was in a match, and I just thought, let's just go for it. And it worked out quite well, and people liked it. So, because it got a good response, I'm a bit of a, and I know it's again fairly controversial because some wrestling fans out there are not really fans of the whole high flying thing, are they? They like it to be a bit more Roman Reigns sort of maybe style. But I'm not the tallest of guys. I'm not the most muscular of guys. You could probably see. And one thing I'm good at is more of the the tornado DDTs. I do a springboard clothesline as well. Those kind of moves. So yeah, I think that's what really makes me. I like the idea of doing something challenging. I like the whole fast-paced thing. So because I'm light, I can get away with it. And often when I'm doing training, the trainers will often pick me quite a lot because I know that I'm quite light. I can get away with doing these high-flying things. But yeah, I think that was. I'm glad my Steam Blade looks like Finn Balor. That's obviously a good sign. But yeah, certainly one of the moves I like doing.
Yeah, like I said, so Vargo has it coming, man.
Yeah, that's just the start. The Sting Blade's just the start. I mean, I don't know how he's like with his bumps and stuff, but I guess we're going to find out as soon as I manage to get a hold of him. He's hiding at the moment, I think, but I will find him. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah,
he's hiding behind his manager. He thinks he's gonna protect him. I don't think so.
You'd be right. I think the same. No way, not at all. You know what? I've got loads of tricks on my sleeve. There's a reason why I'm called the Dark Prince. You've seen the start of it. There's loads of tricks that are going to come his way. Just watch out.
Yep.
Yeah, even if he's forming an alliance with some people in Savage, I mean, because they're also having problems with Savargo, like homeless Harry right there.
Yeah. But no,
Look
this is great. You
right?
build an alliance with the man who's got the power in his hands because you want to use that power, don't you? In most cases.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat up a homeless guy. He sent the homeless guy against
Yeah.
Jack Napalm. You know,
Why would
Yeah.
you do that? That's it happened
Well-
and it's a questionable decision.
he was sleeping under the ring. Wouldn't you do the same thing?
So
Kick
mean.
somebody out?
What
Wouldn't you do
Harry?
the same thing to kick somebody out? You know, I mean,
What mean guy? It's so mean.
if somebody invaded your house, wouldn't you try to just say, get out of here? Okay, you're not going to get out. Come on down.
But
You can't even
also-
defend yourself from a bag of potato chips. Shut up, geek.
But the thing is, bro, what you got to remember is Svargo didn't do the work himself, did he? You got someone else to chuck him out. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Svargo needs to do his own thing, needs to do his own dirty work, in my opinion.
Yeah. He's Savargo. He's the boss.
He fight himself out of a paper bag, Jensen. So yeah.
Time will tell. It's only a matter of time. I said
He'd
season
break
three
the nail.
is coming pretty soon. And wherever I have to find him, I will.
Mhm.
I've got people out there who are going to tell me where he is, so we'll find him.
He probably knows. He knows his whereabouts. He's like besties with him. So
Yeah, maybe I should ask you. Where is he?
I'm looking for you, geek. It's gonna come to the geek lab and be like, "No, go away."
Maybe
Hardly
he does.
nice, Isabel.
Maybe he
Hardly
does know.
nice, Isabel.
He'll fly right to the States and be like, "Where is geek? I live in PA. I don't even live in the same state. Geek, run!"
And I could use your help. I know you live near the Amityville horror house, so that's a good starting point. So
There you go. Geek, go Geek Lab, and you could bring him to the Amityville house. And McGeek is a heel. He'll be like, Savar goes over there, and have the mod put a black mask on and run through the woods. Don't come near me.
it's going to be an interesting season too. I can vouch for that.
But that's a definite right there. That's a
Yeah,
definite.
it's definitely- You've seen season one, right? Even though I wasn't there, not that I'm bitter or anything. Or maybe I am. I don't know. But season two is going to be epic, and there's been some fantastic action that I've seen so far in season one as well.
Yeah. So where can people find you?
Well, I'm on social media, like we were saying earlier. So I've got Facebook, which is just facebook.com/Jensen Ryan Wrestling. I'm also on TikTok as well, Jensen Ryan Wrestler. It's the same for Instagram as well. And Twitter is Jensen Ryan PW, because you can't have a long name on there, can you? So I had to shorten it down a bit.
Mhm.
But it happens. It happens.
And do you have any upcoming shows, or because obviously people are going to start seeing you in Savage now?
Yeah.
So because you're coming for Savargo, obviously. So
Yeah, there's a few places you're going to see me this year. Savage is obviously one of them. Once I've got past Savargo, Savage is one of them. But also you can see me in Essex. If anybody in that area, GBWA, great little company up there. I've been doing a few shows for recently. I'll be there very soon. Quality, again, I'll continue to wrestle with. And I've got another bit of a teaser coming up for another promotion, which is going to be immortal, I'll put it that way. But watch out for that. That's a bit of a teaser of what's coming very, very soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's give teasers, not too much away, just a little bit, to whet the appetite as such.
Yeah. We want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, no, thank you. We talked before, didn't we? So it's been a while, but we got there. First as well.
The first Savage Sunday right here.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody in the chat is following Savage Pro Wrestling on YouTube. Watch the first 3 episodes. They're doing amazing stuff right about now. So, and I can't say so much. And they will continue to do amazing stuff in season 2. So, I'm the Metal Geek.
I'm Joe Panther the Third, and
I'm Jensen Ryan.
Your turn. And we will catch you in the next one. Happy Savage Sunday.